didn't eat for 24 hours. What happened on my Mounjaro weight loss journey? Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I have lost 71 pounds on my Mounjaro weight loss journey. I am here on my race to a 100-pound weight loss journey. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Freddie, who's having no modesty today. He is giving zero zeros about anything. So we're going to roll tide. He's going to kick me in the head though. I feel like that toe is going to come forward. But let's talk about this week's Mounjaro weight loss update. I am on, not a race, I'm on a marathon. I'm on a long, luxurious journey to lose 100-pound weight loss on my Mounjaro weight loss. And if you're starting ZEPBOUND for ZEPBOUND weight loss, Tirzepatide weight loss, or you can even glean this if you're doing WEGOVY weight loss. So I titrated it up 2 weeks ago to Mounjaro 15 milligrams because food chatter was coming back. It was time to titrate up. And I intentionally did that Mounjaro injection. If you haven't seen my worst places to do Mounjaro injections, make sure you check out that video down below and click subscribe so you can see the other ones too. I injected that one in my stomach intentionally, the abdomen, intentionally to not have side effects. Or at least the intention was to not have, because usually for me, stomach injections with Mounjaro injections are not as bad. This past week was my second Mounjaro 15 milligram injection, and I did it in the back of my arm. Why? Because last week I didn't lose weight. Part of that was I was on my menstrual cycle. Too much information, but just giving you the full picture, setting the scene here as Sophia Petrillo would tell us. We'll just let Blanche Devereaux sit right here in the background. So setting the scene. So this week I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to lose some weight. And I haven't weighed in this week. So stay tuned. You're going to want to make sure you click that subscribe so you can stay tuned. But what happened when I didn't eat was on the back of my arm, which you have to have. Eli Lilly tells us in our literature for our Mounjaro injections that someone else should do the back of our arm injections for us. I knew because previously I track my side effects, and if you want my free side effects tracker, it's down in the description link below. I knew I wasn't going to have really very many side effects for the stomach, the abdomen area. My back of my arm probably was going to have them, and I did. I was full, really, really full, and I didn't eat for 24 hours. Now, I normally try to make myself eat at least some protein when these pockets happen of where I am not hungry. I am working with a GLP-1 dietitian. I'll link her information down below. She is nutritionist. I guess you can get like certificates on the internet. She has had over 1,200 hours of studying nutrition, has her master's degree in nutrition. She's amazing and has been so instrumental because Mounjaro is a lifestyle change. It's not just about the weight loss on there or ZEPBOUND weight loss. It's not just about that. It's also about the lifestyle changes for food and association with food and for me and the physical, like making more physical activity. Again, I do always preface, I am not a medical provider or a healthcare professional. Always consult your own. This is not medical advice, simply my experience, strength, and hope and encouragement. In my group where I have thousands and thousands and thousands of people, it's a very safe space to be encouraging and help everybody on their ZEPBOUND weight loss journey, Tirzepatide weight loss journey, semaglutide weight loss journey, get to the goal of where we want to be. So I didn't eat for 24 hours. I had during that time coffee, water. I have my favorite tumblers listed down below. I'm obsessed. One of our amazing viewers, Gay, was talking to me about she loves the Simple Modern because they don't have, you don't have to worry about cleaning underneath. With my Stanley, if you guys saw that one video I did, my What I Eat in a Day video on Mounjaro weight loss, you have to clean underneath some of them. So make sure you're cleaning those. Had a ton of water, had my electrolytes, my LMNT electrolytes. Those help me keep at bay side effects, which are, with Mounjaro, they're side effects. There can be really serious side effects that you need to talk to your medical provider about, and then also just common ones, which the most common of Mounjaro side effects are gastrointestinal, like diarrhea, constipation, or nausea. And so during this 24-hour pocket, I had coffee, I had my LMNT electrolytes, I had water, and I had air. And it felt good, honestly, to give my body a little bit of a break. When I ate, and I felt good during that period, it was not like I was white knuckling, which I've had pockets of that where I've had to, in my weight loss journey, not on Mounjaro, but before Mounjaro, of where I was white knuckling. And I didn't have that with this 24, it was with grace, ease, love, and kindness. Like it truly was like, this feels amazing. And then when I was ready, the whole time while I was doing this, and this is my first thing for me, was I kept checking in with my body. And for me, having a 100-pound weight loss journey, for me, one does not get 100 pounds overweight without having some sort of unhealthy relationship with food. And for me, healing that relationship with food with my Mounjaro injection has been one of the things first and foremost, working with a therapist to help with that healing journey as well. I've assembled a team, honey. It's like Avengers. Avengers assemble! So I've got a great therapist who's been helping me with that too. And so checking in with my body, how does it feel? How am I feeling? What am I feeling? That has been really, really a new learning tool for me that I've learned and that I'm continuously learning as well on this weight loss journey. And so when I wasn't eating, it wasn't out of guilt, shame, condemnation. It was out of actually love for my body of like, I'm not hungry. I could make myself eat some protein, which we're going to talk about in a minute, because my goal per my GLP-1 dietitian, and I have a discount code for her, by the way, in the description link below, as is my Countess of Shopping website. It has 50 free articles, tons of free resources for you. But at the end of the month, we'll have 100 articles for you as a totally free resource. In addition to my free encouragement group for you for Mounjaro weight loss, WEGOVY weight loss, semaglutide weight loss, Tirzepatide weight loss, ZEPBOUND weight loss. But as I was going through this process, my GLP-1 dietitian has told me I need to have 100 to 120 grams of protein per day. Y'all, I was not having that before. Was not doing that. I thought I was. And you can see some of my Mounjaro what I ate in a day videos like a few months in. I was not eating that. I thought I was, but I wasn't. When I started tracking it, and I don't track every day now, just because I can't. My personality style is not an everyday tracker, but I'll track it for pockets. And with that tracking, it's been very helpful to see, okay, how much am I eating? How many grams of protein am I eating? Because I need that. I need that. And so not eating for a full day, right? Like not getting anything in. Sometimes I would make myself be like, oh, here, let me eat an egg. But for me, usually when I start with Mounjaro, I can stop. Previous to Mounjaro, I could not stop. Once I started, I would like off to the races there near at the end of my journey right before I started Mounjaro 2.5 milligrams. And so focusing in on protein, and that's what I did when I decided after checking out my body, how do I feel? What does it feel like? What is going through that? I ate lean protein and vegetables. That was by choice and by design. I used to eat fattier proteins with my Mounjaro injection, and I found for me not just, because that's a diminishing word, I'm taking that back. Whoop! I have found on my journey that fattier foods with gastrointestinal side effects that Mounjaro can give do not lend themselves well with me. Certainly do I have like a ribeye steak? Yeah, but I'll have a very much smaller quantity. I won't have the whole thing, or else I will have gastrointestinal issues later on. I've tested that theory one too many times now just to know that as of right now, I'll test it in a little while, in a few months. But as of right now, sorry, my legs were getting tired. Let's see what he does. My co-host is awake now. He's back in the action. He's like, gastrointestinal issues. You saw in the last video, he did that and he tooted. Please, Lord, don't let him toot on camera. Not this video. Not today, Satan. Not today. So I had lean protein and vegetables when I was ready to eat after the 24 hours. It was amazing. It tasted good until my body told me I was full. And it was continuing to check in with my body. Intermittent fasting is not a bad thing. Dr. Jason Fung, the daddy of intermittent fasting, as I call him, has done so much scientific research. And in fact, the Nobel Prize winner won on 2006 or 2013, based on the concept of autophagy, which is how eating junk cells from intermittent fasting, how it can lend itself to preventing cancers by eating those junk cells, protein cells. So that intermittent fasting of not eating for those 24 hours was not a bad thing. But for me, I am healing that relationship with food. And so learning these new tools and techniques for me has been very interesting and fascinating. Speaking of sleep, thank you, Mr. Freddie, for telling me that. Sleep was a big thing before the 24 hours, and then the sleep after that. I had the best sleep by not eating in that pocket. It was so awesome. I had really good, sometimes I'll have very bad nightmares. And as I've gone through this Mounjaro weight loss journey, my sleep sometimes I'll get insomnia and I'll wake up for 2 hours in the middle of the night. And then sometimes I'm so fatigued and so tired, which by the way, with the new prescription of ZEPBOUND, Eli Lilly, on the manufacturer of ZEPBOUND and Mounjaro, has put on their website that being fatigued actually can happen, and being really tired, which if you guys saw 6 months ago, I talked about that a whole bunch on my Mounjaro weight loss journey. It was around the 46, 50 pounds, and even up into like the 60 pound part of where I was like exhausted. I don't have that exhaustion as much, but my sleep for sure is affected. Either I'll be so amped or I'm so tired. And so this pocket, I just slept so healthfully. I slept like a baby. It was air quote normal, although there's no such thing. Like normal's a dishwasher setting, but I had really good sleep. It was not overly or underly. It was perfection, which was really, really nice. In addition, my mood, I was near my period, for during my cycle, and I was fine. Like sometimes I am like overly emotional or overly hyped, and I had none of that. My mood was good. I did have, not after that first meal of after the 24 hours, my stomach was fine. Remember I told you gastrointestinal issues with Mounjaro. I didn't have gastrointestinal issues because I ate lean protein and vegetables. But later on I did, because I had another cup of coffee. That was not helpful for me. My stomach was like, so I did have some gastrointestinal issues with that too, which is totally normal. If you guys were looking for, if you're having constipation, I'll link down below my article. Again, I'm not a medical healthcare professional, simply my experience, strength, and hope of things with gastrointestinal issues. I'll link those in the description link below for you. I also was intentional in terms of physical activity to walk him for 30 minutes. I've really gotten into physical activity of walking either our own dog, which is a rescue, or foster dogs. We love to foster dogs. And so going to the animal shelter, now that I do have this I'm 71 pounds down, like that's an elementary school child. That's carrying that around that I'm no longer carrying around. I can go walk dogs way better, which I love to do. And give back a little bit to my community. And so that was nice, is I was able to do physical activity during these pockets as well, which is walking, which has been amazing. Now, my favorite telehealth provider, if you're looking for a Mounjaro prescription, ZEPBOUND prescription, of course you have to meet their qualifications. I will link that down below, my article on the best telehealth company in my humble opinion, in addition to a discount code. We'll link that in the description as well. That has been really, really helpful for me too. Of being under a healthcare provider that I can reach out to. I had previously, when I started my Mounjaro weight loss journey, if you click subscribe and go back to the playlist of my first video, I was working with my primary doctor, and I switched to telehealth because they're dealing with common colds and flu, and she just was not able to give me the attention that a telehealth company can give with a prescription and asking questions and having resources and things like that. That's why I love the telehealth company that I work with. So I will link that down below for you as well, as is my side effect solutions on my Mounjaro weight loss success checklist. But going through, it was not painful on that 24 hours of not eating as a result of my Mounjaro 15 mg injection. And I've had pockets when I've been on Mounjaro 2.5 milligrams, 7.5 milligrams, 10, 12.5, like all the way up, all the doses. 15 milligrams is the highest. So I'm doing things a little bit differently now that I'm on Mounjaro 15 milligrams. That is the highest dose of Mounjaro. That is the ceiling. There's nowhere else to go after that. So I'm praying I get to maintenance, which for me, the ultimate end goal is I would like to be 100 pounds down. Of course, pending what my healthcare provider sees for me in that. Maybe it's a little bit more than that. Maybe it's a little bit less. I'm open to what my healthcare provider says. And I want to be healthy. I want to heal this relationship with food and change my diet and physical activity within that, which I feel like I'm doing. And I'm working with a therapist too. I mean, again, being 100 pounds overweight, there is not a root. This is the fruit, but the root that was not unhealthy that needs to be healed for me. And so that's what I've been working on to help implement those changes. Working with a GLP-1 dietitian, which I do have a discount code for her too in the description link as well, because she helps with mindset. Yes, I know about protein, 100 to 120 grams of protein for my body during this weight loss, and taking GLP-1s. But she helps with the mindset of it, of, well, why are you not eating your protein You know what I mean? Like, why are you not doing certain things? Which is helpful, right? And to have someone hold me accountable too, which is really, really nice, in a safe, loving, kind space, no guilt, shame, condemnation. Because I've dealt with enough guilt, shame, condemnation about my weight and about my health journey from healthcare providers previously, that now I feel like I've gotten a really good team, including Mr. Freddie, that are very helpful. Walk. Oh, I was thinking if his ears were going to pop up. They're not. They didn't pop up. One of the other things that I have been working really, really hard on is trying lean proteins to stay full or longer to help with that muscle loss. I mean, with a substantial amount of weight loss in general, there's muscle loss. And so GLP-1s somewhat get a bad rap of like, oh, they cause all this muscle loss. Well, in general, weight loss, that happens. So being on the ball with that, because that can, if you're losing hair, I have an article about Mounjaro hair loss, protein really does contribute, it will help with that. And so testing different proteins that I like, giving myself permission during this pocket and this season of having this incredible tool, which I anticipate I'll be on some form of GLP-1 the rest of my life with my maintenance dose. That's for me. Everyone's different. That's for me what I see in the cards. I have no visions of getting off of this. People are like, when are you gonna get off? I don't. I know some people do. I don't. I suspect I'll be on a GLP-1 the rest of my life. So testing different proteins for me. What kind of fish do I like? What kind of chicken? Do I like chicken thighs? Do I like chicken breast? Do I want shrimp? What kind of lean proteins? Okay, I'm not so much into beef. I used to be very much into like a New York strip steak or a ribeye, and I will eat those. I definitely love those still, but just way smaller quantity and portion size. But preparing chicken, I used to test chicken. A year ago, I would not eat chicken. I did not like chicken unless it was fried chicken. I love a bucket of chicken. But now how do I prepare it here within my home that's not gagging me, that I actually do really enjoy? And so finding things that I really enjoy in my free Mounjaro weight loss and ZEPBOUND weight loss, Tirzepatide weight loss, semaglutide weight loss encouragement group, all are welcome at that table. As long as you answer all the questions, make sure you answer all those questions to get into the group. One of our group members posted this morning, and thank you if you're that group member, about making egg salad and testing it with cottage cheese to make this beautiful egg salad for very, very high protein, but tasting delicious. So I'm trying that tomorrow with my hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to make a great egg salad with some really, really good cottage cheese, very high protein, and feeling full, nourished, satiated, not deprived. And that's one of the cool things about this. And with that 24 hours of not eating and then going back to it, is I'm not white knuckling it. I'm not feeling deprived. Before starting Mounjaro, I'm not going to cry. I like refuse. But I literally would sit in the bathtub for like an hour. One night it was 2 hours to not eat. And being so successful in so many areas of my life, being like, how did my life get to this? I'm an excellent mom. I'm an excellent wife. I'm an excellent, those are I run multiple multi-million-dollar businesses. I volunteer in my community and try to give back as much as my family and I do, give back as much as we possibly can. I feel like I've been so successful in so many areas of my life. Why was this weight thing a juggernaut? And now, seeming on the other side of like the freedom of not having that, but literally having to sit in the bathtub because my hands were submerged in water so I would not eat, to now voluntarily being like, I didn't eat for 24 hours. It was okay. I refueled. I was under supervision, medical supervision with these, working with a dietitian. Now my dietitian wants me to eat. She would not have necessarily recommended that. She's actually recommended for me in the healing relationship with my food and challenged me on some days, not all days, but some days, to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for me, that's really, really hard. I normally don't eat breakfast. And so I'm trying. She suggested it, so I'm trying. And that for me, I'm afraid because I had that past background of could not turn off the food valve. Once I started, couldn't stop. And it's still breaking that belief cycle and breaking that belief system that that's not true. I can turn off the valve. I can eat normal portion sizes. But that's scary. It's still scary for me. So, and I'm still learning, right? Like I'm still learning that to trusting myself that I am capable and strong in this area too, just like in all areas of my life. Look, he just gave me an amen. He said, amen, Mom. He just wants his walk, I think. This guy has so much personality. He's so cuckoo. My sweet friends, let's go through some of our free resources for you because I want to be a source of encouragement. If you have made it this far in the video, I do a little thing here, kind of like Marvel Easter eggs. So there's thousands of you, but one of me. It helps me to get to know you better because I truly do care. If you put an emoji, today's code word is an emoji address. You put a dress down below or a lady in a dress or whatever, an emoji with a dress. It's our secret signal that you've made it this far in the video. I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I will send you uplifting energy. Bottom line, it'll help for me to get to know you better. B, it will also, I will send you uplifting prayers and or positive energy as well. 2, go use all of my free article resources that are hopefully encouraging to you and join the free Mounjaro weight loss encouragement group, whether you're on WEGOVY, weight loss, semaglutide weight loss, ZEPBOUND weight loss, all are welcome at those tables, but you do need to answer all of those questions for that group. There's only 3. It's not like it's a lot. I have no desire to have 100,000 people in that group. If it gets to that, that's wonderful. We have thousands of people in it. It's a very tight-knit group. If you're not answering those questions, then that shows me you don't want to have a genuine, clear-cut connection, including one of the questions is giving email to be in the group. I want to make sure you're not a spammer. And I also want to connect with you too. And if you don't want to connect with me, then don't be in my group. I had someone send me the meanest email. It was so mean. Then don't join the group. There's lots of other groups, but this one is if you are wanting connection, solutions, positivity, no spam. I guard that group to make sure there's no spam. Yesterday I declined 125 people because a lot of them were spam. And I'm sure they joined the other groups that are free, that are available. But this group is super, super encouraging, solution oriented. We have people who've started their Mounjaro weight loss journey all the way to people who are now on maintenance, people who've lost 1 pound to people who've lost 151 pounds. There's a lot in that group. Maybe not 151, but over 100-pound people have definitely been in that group, in our group too. So that's another free resource for you. My whole goal is to be a source of encouragement, motivation as we collectively go together on this GLP-1 receptor antagonist, depending on wherever you are. If you're on Novo Nordisk's WEGOVY or Ozempic, or if you're on Eli Lilly's Mounjaro or ZEPBOUND or the compounds. With my telehealth company, my favorite one, they do prescribe both name brands and compounds. So if your insurance is no longer covering Mounjaro, WEGOVY, ZEPBOUND, get one of the compounds. Go see if you qualify, I should say. And you can use my discount code down in the description link below too. So sweet friends, put down in the comments. So 2 things. 1, we are an action-oriented group here at Countess of Shopping. I want to know, what are you doing today? Not tomorrow, not manana syndrome, but today. What are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? And then 2, put the emoji down, the dress emoji, and I will know that you've made it this far in the video. Mr. Freddie and I, as always, thank you. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. Click that subscribe button and go see the next video in the playlist. Bye, friends.